The subscriber number is currently recording a podcast. Please try again later.
Alright. Should I?
Really?
Okay. Alright. Hey guys, and welcome back to 20 something. We're in the dark today. Jordan was just saying usually like my podcasts are in the light and in the day, but today we're kind of feeling emo. So yeah, today I'm here with my friend Jordan. Tell him.
guys.
Tell him. Hello.
What do I tell him? What do I tell him?
You tell him.
Tell him what's
What
up.
do you want to tell him?
My name is Jordan, as Annine mentioned, and I'm a film student at Open Window. And yeah, I'm here because I want to be here, and I have nothing else better to do with my time.
That is so true. That's why I started this because it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It is fun.
Yeah, and I think it's super cool. We're both first year film students. So we
Yes.
have a lot to talk about, but it's not what we're going to talk about
No,
today.
no, film's not on the topic today.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Maybe,
We'll see.
yeah, maybe it slips in there somewhere.
I have like a good feeling it is.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, today we're going to talk about the fear of getting older or just getting older in general.
Yes.
Yeah, it's it's a big one because I feel like there's so much excitement like linked to it as well.
Yes.
But like it is so scary at the same time. I mean, I'm turning 25 in 4 years, and that's like a quarter way to 100. I feel very old.
Okay.
If
when
you look
put
at it that way, it's
yes,
very
exactly.
scary. I feel like I haven't even started living yet. Why is it like time running out? People are like getting married. People have kids.
Yeah.
People, well, for me, how old are you?
I'm 18. Turning 19.
Yes,
turning 19.
yes. But I promise you, like the gap between now and like 2 years is like insane. People getting
Yes.
like talking about engagement. People are like moving out. It's insane how fast things happen
Yeah,
in the
'cause-
next 2 years.
There's a girl that was in my primary school, and she got engaged at the beginning of the year.
How
We're
old?
the
She's
same
18.
age.
She's 18.
We're the same age. And I was like,
Hello.
hold up. Engaged at 18? Not judging, but like, it's
Yeah,
scary
it's
because
scary.
the last memory I have of her is like in primary school.
Yeah, and now she's
And now
like,
I saw she's engaged.
that's insane.
That's,
No,
yeah.
it's like the craziest thing for me is like people are talking about like houses and like bigger things like, oh, I need to like start saving up for like retirement. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So yeah, I feel like there's like a lot of uncertainty linked to it as well. But I'm gonna cough. Sorry.
bless you.
But yeah, do you want to tell us how you're feeling right now at this moment of being 18, almost 19?
Well, it's scary because like at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, I'm going to university. I'm
Yeah.
my first year. And then like reality struck and I was like, oh, no.
Yes.
I'm a first year. And then when I got my car, I was like, yeah, I got a car.
And they're
Now
like, I
there's
gotta pay gas.
petrol and
Oof.
services and because I actually thought about this topic through the year.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote like a little poem for myself
Yeah.
about how we were like children and we were like,
Oh, you wrote a poem.
yeah,
Oh, that's
I write
cute.
poems. I also write poems, guys.
That's so cool.
So, and then I like thought back about how we like dreamed of like meeting Santa Claus or like the Tooth Fairy and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And we were like, oh, that must be real because how is there money in my
Yes,
shoe
yes.
or under my pillow and stuff like that. And
Yes.
as we're getting older, and you realize it's not real, then you start to think, what else isn't real?
Oh, wait, that's
Yeah,
like,
because like we have this dream of becoming something, but is it actually real?
that is insane. And that is, whoa, you just like struck me because I'm such an optimistic person. I feel like the world is in my hands. I feel like I can make anything happen. I'm like kind of always, like I have a very wide, big imagination and I feel like I can make anything work. And that was like so, like that hit me like, oh, isn't that just fake? Like when you were a
Yes.
child, you thought you could do anything, and now you're like,
Exactly.
that is insane. And I feel like we're kind of similar in that way because we're both studying a creative
Yeah.
direction.
Yep.
It's kind of like it feels like a something fun or something fantasy or something unstable. But I know we both enjoy it a
Yeah,
lot.
definitely. It's not something I regret doing.
Yeah, no, for sure. But then then it hits you and like, oh, I need to make a living off of this degree. And then that's when it hits, and you're like, you need to think in like 3 or 4 years time, you need to be independent all by yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now that you mentioned the career thing, when I chose this degree, I was like, okay, I'm going to study for 3 years, get my degree.
Yeah.
Then was like, okay, but what happens after those 3 years? Where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I actually going?
That is so, yeah.
And that's scary because when you're, even in high school, you're not afraid of things like
Yeah.
that. You have to
yeah,
worry
it feels
about math
so far
homework
in the future.
Exactly. And now when you're there, you have to start thinking further ahead.
Yeah.
Much further ahead.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
scary.
Yeah. When I've like you don't even realize how expensive things are until you're like out of I don't think I even realize it right now. But like yesterday I was like I saw this little crack on my windscreen. I'm like, oh, and then I like inspected the whole thing and found like 2 more. And I'm like, oh, that's like half my salary.
Yes.
right there.
Gone.
And it's kind of scary. I feel like we're delusional in a way.
Yeah, definitely. I
Especially
agree.
if you're still living at home and you have the luxury of living off of your parents' insurance and your parents' food and their house.
Yes.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, like it's easy to make money. Like I can do whatever I want with the money I have right now until like all of those things are gone, and then it hits like how expensive. Like 10 grand is nothing.
It's
then
literally nothing.
no, it's insane. But but then again, you see like so many people figuring it out. I feel like it's like there's not a rule book. Like you can start with nothing and like build yourself up to the person you want to be.
Yes.
I feel like it's so easy to get discouraged when you see other people are very successful and you're like, well, if I look at myself, I'm like, I'm nowhere like near that. But just to realize like it's building blocks to get there, and it's not necessarily like humongous things. It's just like, if I can put it in a financial example, like setting away a few $100 a month
Yeah.
is better than not, you know?
Yes.
And like kind of like slowly but surely taking responsibility for your future self. And then when you look back, you're going to be like, oh, those little steps helped me a lot
Yes.
to be the person I am right now.
Yeah, because now that you're speaking about like putting away money, my friends, like they
Yeah.
have jobs. My
Yeah.
friends have jobs.
Do you have a job?
No, I'm studying film.
Well,
I don't have a job, but like, and then they say to me, yeah, I can't go out tonight, this and this and this.
yeah.
And I'm like, I still have the luxury of like asking my mom.
So your parents they pay for your going out money?
Not every time, but I mean, my friends have to pay for themselves because they have jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
The
okay.
good old days.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get a job, but I don't want to get a job because then reality
Yeah.
is gonna be right in front of my face.
Yeah.
And-
And that's the same thing my parents told me. Like if you wanna get a job, then you're gonna have to have responsibilities as well. It's not just like fun money. It's like you're gonna have to pay for something. I totally get it. It's scary.
It's really scary. I miss just like looking forward to break.
Yes.
And then
Oh no, I hated high school, to be honest.
why?
I did not. I was just not. I wasn't happy. I feel like, you know, the thing people say, like, you thrive in certain environments. It was just not my environment.
Okay.
It wasn't
That makes
necessarily
sense.
that it was bad, but like, I feel like when I left school, I found like a kind of a sense of self and a sense of purpose. And then it made me a lot more confident in myself, which was pretty difficult in high school. So I didn't like it at all.
Yes, high school.
You
is-
liked high school.
I did. I enjoyed the free time, if I can put
Yes,
it that way. I
yeah.
enjoyed the fact that I just my only responsibility was to pass.
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah.
And to make my bed and stuff like
You
that.
make your bed.
You know, those little things that's
Yeah.
not actually so big.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got the opportunity to see your friends every single day
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And then there were sports events and
Right.
like talent shows and stuff like that.
And it
And
was all like this little pretend world.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally pretend
Yeah.
world. I don't think they prepped us for
Oh, not at all.
where you're going.
Not at all. And that is like, that's the flaw in the school system. Is like they don't cater for anything after that.
No, absolutely
You
not.
know, they cater for like the smart academic people that are like academically driven, because they're gonna go study something like law and I don't know, being a dentist or a doctor. You know, like that is like the main, you know, the main
Yes.
way people are going, or like the main thing they cater to in high school. But they don't cater. How do you do taxes? What is taxes?
I don't. Literally, gun to my head, I will die.
Okay. Do you know what like how to? You probably know how to invest, right?
In a sense, not much, but I know like the structure.
Do you know how credit score works?
Sort of. I know the words. I don't know the exact terms.
But they don't tell us anything
No, they
about
don't.
these things, and it's so necessary to know. Like the minute you get out of school, you don't have to know the. What did we learn at school? Like Romeo and Juliet. Okay, I mean it's good to have literature, but
Yes.
you know, there's like.
But like, what is sin, cos, and tan gonna help me?
I have no idea. I dreaded maths.
Oh, same.
But what do you feel like is like the one thing you feel like look at your future that you're kind of like scared about or like unsure about if you look at it right now? That's like something you want to accomplish and it feels like it's kind of
Like the one thing that I'm most scared of in the future.
yeah.
I think stability
Oof.
is the first
That
one
is so
that comes
good.
to mind.
Yeah.
Like financial, emotional, all those things
Yeah.
play a big part in your everyday life. And as we mentioned before, like when you still live with your parents,
Yeah. You have that stability.
that stability is there.
yeah.
But yeah, I think stability is the one thing I'm most scared of
Yeah.
because I don't know where I'm going to end up.
That is so true.
Yes, I'm studying. Yes, I'm getting older. Yes, I'm learning a few things. But am I going to be stable in like, let's
Yeah.
say 5 years time?
Yeah. Would you consider like immigrating? Is that like an option for you?
That's actually a difficult question because, yeah, everyone says, I want to get out of the country. I want to move to a better place.
Yeah.
But then again, this is home. Like,
Yeah, that is so true.
everything I know is here.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I know how the waitresses in, like, restaurants work.
Yeah.
When I go overseas, I'm not going to
It's
be
so
really
different. Yeah.
comfortable.
Do you know, like in America, how it works?
No.
Is they bring you your bill.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say for example, it's like $20, and then you give them your card, and then they take your card away. Like you don't like write anything down yet. They
Really?
just show you the bill, and you're like, okay, you give them your card. They come back with a different like slip and your card back, and then you write down what you want to tip after they took your card, and then they don't take your card again. So it's
Okay,
like
I'm not
the
comfortable with that.
weirdest. It was
No.
like the weirdest thing. I remember like the first time I like went to a restaurant. I went by myself, and I just sat there, and I was like, "Am I good?" She's like, "Yeah, you're good." I'm like, you like this is the tip. I'm like, did you add that in? Yeah, then don't worry about it. And I'm like,
I would have cried right
it
there
was.
on the spot.
It's scary. Like the culture shock, is insane. Like
Yes.
small things like that you don't even think about. It's so different. So I totally get what you're saying
Yes.
about moving and also about stability. I am like a big control freak. I want to be in control. I want to feel like everything's okay. I have enough money. I know tomorrow's going to be fine. I have food. It's like super important to me. And it's kind of like a thing I need to give up. But, and like me studying film, it's not like you're going to be guaranteed to walk into a position.
Exactly.
Just because you have that behind your name. So it's something that's very like scary to me in one way, but like I'm also very optimistic. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make it work. you
Yeah.
know,
I will have a job eventually.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, my my boyfriend and I, we were talking about like immigrating in the next few years of like if like things work out, because he's had like there's some job opportunities there.
Yes.
And it's very tempting. It's very because of that stability.
Yes.
But it's like here, it's like you said, it's home. It feels like you know your people.
Yes. You know everything
Yeah.
that's going on.
So it's kind of scary to think about that. But then my grandparents are like, if you get the chance, get out of the country. But they're like so
Old
old
people.
school. They're fine.
That's also one thing I'm afraid of getting older, is being that type of old person.
What do you mean?
Like, no disrespect towards your grandparents, but like how grandparents are.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, it's not good anymore, go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, like be so
studying film?
like
What the hell?
pessimistic and negative about your environment that you're like.
yes, exactly.
That is so true. Another thing I'm so scared about, like so like on a different take of it, is like becoming so old that I can't, like I forget stuff. I'm afraid I get dementia or something.
Okay, that's valid. That's very valid.
Because I'm like I'm 21 and I'm the most forgetful person I know. And I'm so scared that I'm going to have to like be dependent on someone else when I'm older.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a independent person, I feel like I don't want to be that like person. And that's why I work out. And it's like, that's the main reason I want to work out, is because I don't want to be that old and like not be able to move. I know it's
Yes.
going to happen like
Yeah,
at
someday,
some
far in the
point.
future, yeah.
But like I look at my grandparents, they're almost 80 and they're like hip. They play golf. They like move around. My grandma's like doing her little exercises in her house.
Okay.
And they're like clear minded, and I'm like, that's exactly how I want to be when
Yes.
I'm 80. But then I look at like some other people that are like so dependent on their kids and their grandkids, and that's like a scary thing. I don't want to put that on someone else and like kind of just go through the next few years of my life just like breathing, you know?
Yes.
If I can, that's like a different take on it.
Yeah, but I think what calms me about the whole getting older thing is like I'm not in control
Oh,
about
that's
what
good.
happens.
Yeah.
Like I know everything will work out. If there are a few like struggles
Yeah.
and dips, eventually.
Yeah. You're not going to miss what was planted inside of you.
Exactly.
That's what I tell myself as well.
So yeah, I'm not in control. I just walk
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
If I fall, that's fine.
Oops.
If I get hit by a car, that's fine.
Oh.
Metaphorically.
Yes. But like, if like troubles come, you know you're gonna be fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eventually, someday, we will all be looking back and be like, okay,
Yeah.
that's why that happened,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
for
it's
that
not
to happen, you need to go through everything. and
Exactly.
experience it.
Exactly.
That's so good. I feel so motivational. I want to like go write a book or something.
do it. Go write.
Yeah.
Writing's good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me. This was really good.
This was great.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it.
And have a good. You had your off day today. You
Yes,
have
I
school
had
tomorrow?
my off day. Yeah, from 11 till 3.
Oh, that's like nothing.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
That's nice.
Yeah, but then I have a screening on Tuesday.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah, we have film screenings at our
Oh
campus.
yeah, you do. You're
Yeah.
in the nice school. I'm like,
I am in the nice school, guys.
I'm like in a different like art school as him, and like they don't do fun stuff. Well, they do, but it's in Johannesburg. But it's not like open window cool, you know.
Yeah, but the screenings aren't always fun because when was it? Tuesday nights, we watched Apocalypse Now,
Ah,
and that was 3 hours.
and is it like you need to watch it? It's like mandatory.
Yeah, it's mandatory, yeah.
To go watch movies at school.
Yeah, so that's the fun part, like watching movies. That's nice. But then you don't watch for entertainment, you watch for like...
Education.
Exactly.
That's
So afterwards,
interesting.
they're like, okay, what did you think about this scene with the crossfade edits? I was like,
I closed my eyes in that part.
yeah, I blinked twice. Sorry, I missed
Sorry.
it. So yeah, it's tiring, but it's fun. And that's
Yeah.
also one thing. I learn more as I get older.
Yeah, that's good.
That's one thing I like. I get to
Yeah.
learn more.
Yes, that's so
Um,
good.
And how about you? Do you like learning more?
Love learning. I love what I'm studying. Like me being on break for the last month has been very annoying because I really want to start again. I love like I'm a like very physical learning person.
Same.
Like I love the assignments because it's like super interactive.
Yes,
you
and
can,
it's
like,
practical.
Yes, I love it. So yeah, I'm very excited for it to start again. So you're very lucky.
Yeah, I
that
am
you
lucky.
are
Hashtag
starting
blessed,
already.
guys.
Yes. You can go to school.
Yeah, we have the privilege to go to school.
Yes, that's very cool, actually.
Yeah. I have another question for you.
Okay, go.
What's one thing you miss the most about your childhood? One specific thing.
Wow. Only one?
Okay, you can give me like a few.
No, I'm gonna. Okay, like the first thing that came to mind is probably like I have like 3 siblings, so we're 4 kids. Like if we were like the most imaginative, like creative, like we would play pretend like to a different level that you would become the character.
Yes, same.
So I
Same.
feel like that's probably something I miss is that we were like creating these different types of worlds together, like the 4 of us, like kind of like growing up together and
Yes.
creating these stories. Like we would play Barbie. We had like this tree in our backyard that's kind of like shaped like a horse.
Yes, I
'cause
know that
that's
tree, yes.
because we used it as a horse.
Nice.
That's probably something I miss. What do you think? If you can like think of something.
I saw a video the other day on TikTok about like nostalgia,
Yeah.
and then the Wii soundtrack,
The Wii.
the Wii sounds came back, and that's the thing I miss the most about my childhood.
The Wii. We had like the Olympic Games one.
Yes.
With like Mario. Oh, that is like
Yeah, like waking up at 6 in the morning and like putting on the
playing
Wii for like 5 hours
Yes.
until your
making
dad.
like Cocoa Pops or like.
Yes, you have your cereal with you, and then you
Yes.
eat, and then you play. Oh,
That is hilarious. The
that's
good
one
old
thing that
days.
I think we won't be able to get back to.
Yeah. But
It's
it
like,
was so special.
Oh,
Like
it
every
was
time I
great.
like watch videos of him, I'm like, we were like so naive and we just had so much fun.
yeah, I miss it.
Yeah.
But
But now we get to play pretend for a job.
yay,
Yay!
we're delusional and pretend that we are actually making a living.
I mean, I would rather feel like I have purpose and I like doing what I'm doing than doing something
Yes,
that I don't.
agree.
Does that make sense? I
Yes,
don't even know what I'm saying.
know exactly what you're saying.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. But yeah. Thank you for
Oh,
joining
great.
me. This was
Thank
really
you for having
good.
me.
This was really
This was fun. I
fun.
hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Yeah. And next week I'll be with another friend in another location. Probably not this dark.
Yeah, this was very
Probably
very
not
dark.
this like gloomy and like dramatic. But yeah. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.